Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to this Discover Arbonne. My name is Mary Atterbury and I'm an independent consultant and a district manager for this amazing company. And I'm very proud to be a part of what they do and to help other people do the same. So my goal this evening is to leave you with information to help you decide whether this is something that would interest you. So either as a business or maybe from a product perspective. But also, I hopefully will make a lot of you stop and think this evening as well. There's two main questions that I was asked a couple of years ago, which have stuck with me. And sometimes we don't, unless we are made to stop and think about things, we don't really ponder too long on these big questions. So the first question was, 5 years from now, if nothing really changed in my life, what would make it different? So what would make it different? And I realised nothing. If I don't change something now, nothing's going to make it different in 5 years or in 10 years, how I see my future ending up. The second question, if my primary income was to stop, how long could I last on savings? Now, that one was a really awkward question for me because I realised, especially with the cost of living and everything going up, it wouldn't have been very long at all. So have a think, how long could you last on your savings? And is this where you want to be? Is this where you see yourself in 5 years? And if not, what are you going to do to be able to make that change happen? So when I finally stopped and I listened to the presentation that you're going to receive tonight, what I saw wasn't a get rich quick scheme at all. It was actually like a vehicle that was taking me towards where I wanted to be in them 5 years' time. I could see a clear road ahead of me where I could earn based on my own efforts. And it kind of made me think, actually, what I'm putting into my business, I will get back out again. It's not what somebody else thinks that I'm worth. It's not a salary or pay by the hour, hourly pay. It is based on what I put into something, very equity based. What you get in is what you get out. So tonight, I also wanted to kind of share with you my story, so how I came to work for this amazing company. So going back to December 2020, I had my youngest child and I had an emergency C-section that went wrong. So I lost 4.7 litres of blood, which if you're not really familiar with it, we carry about 5 litres in our body. So seriously went wrong. And I had a 7-hour operation to save my life. And I feel extremely lucky to be here today. I've got a healthy boy, so we're really counting our blessings. But that year following that 7-hour operation was extremely tough for me, mentally and physically. So firstly, I gained a lot more weight than what I even had in pregnancy, which for pregnancy I bloat up like anything anyway. But what kind of can happen when you're having an operation is if your intestines get touched in any way, which obviously during C-section can happen, they can go into what the doctors describe as a spasm, which basically means nothing moves up or down for a while. So that happened to me. I spent 4 days in intensive care and then high dependency and worked my way out of hospital. But my gut health, basically my digestive system, was never the same again. So there's a lot more to the story. So trying to keep it brief for now, but there's a lot of different symptoms that I was really challenged with that year. So I was under a gastrointestinal consultant, and obviously it was GP led as well. And we were using diet and gut health to help manage my symptoms and to get myself back into a healing state, really. So gut health was obviously it's now a massive buzzword, but this was in 2020 where I kind of heard it, but it wasn't as big as it is now. And the doctor gave me lots of things to go and research and different things to eat as the consultant, etc. But I said a year down the line, I was at the end, I was finding life really hard. And I reached out to my friend, I'll turn that down, reached out to my friend who's doing Arbonne already. And I was like, look, I know you do things around gut health. have you got anything that can help me at all? And she gave me the 30 days to healthy living package. And I knew it was a 90-day money back guarantee. So I thought, well, either it's going to fix me or help me, or I get my money back. So there's win-win, really. There was no risk. So I went for it. And within a week, so a week and a half, like the effect it had, the difference it had on my symptoms was amazing. So obviously I took everything to the GPs and to my consultant, and they saw everything. They were monitoring me over the next few months as I was moving through these programs and the support that was given by the Arbonne community. And I 100% can say it changed my life that day. It was the products, absolutely superb of what they put into it. And then the concentration they put on educating you why and how. The educator in me, I love that. I wanted to geek out. And that's where my obsession with gut health really started. Now, I still at this point was saying no to joining the business. So my friend had actually been asking me for coming on to 10 years. So I was now sat with products that I knew were amazing and they worked, but I was still like, I'm not salesy. I don't do that. No, that's all happy and clappy, and said, no, it's not me. And I was still saying no. And I loved my job. All right. I did absolutely love my job. I was doing it. It's a 22-year career. I was in the same job for 12 years last time round. And I had the right hours. I could cover my bills, but there was never enough to build up my savings. So I could have a Chinese every now and again, but it was enough to survive. But then it's that question, how long would you last on your savings? I'm not getting anything extra in. So I could work into the evenings and I could work harder and harder and harder, but that money would never really end up in my bank account again. There might have been a bonus here or there, but nothing huge that I could work harder for and get more back from. So, I mean, maybe you're the opposite. Maybe you have a well-paid job. Maybe you're comfortable. Maybe you've got all them savings, but maybe you feel almost trapped in that situation now because you know what you've got is really good. So there is such a difference with everybody out there with them questions that I really hope you stop and have a little think to yourself about. So growing up, we learned to trade our time for money. And that's what I thought. I could work harder, but I still wasn't, I was on a salary or wasn't going to be getting much back. So we get told, go and get a job, go and get a pension and all of that stuff. And then it's when something happens and somebody makes you listen and it almost like ruffles your feathers, really. And that's what happened to me. So I love that this is an income that can work alongside what you do. So I didn't have to give up anything to start doing this as an extra income stream. So I was invited to one of our big training events that we have about twice a year. We have them. And as I said, I was very pessimistic. I was like, what's it really like? It's just going to be selling, right? So anyway, I went along and thought, look, I'll be nice and I'll go along and have a little nosy, see what it is like behind the scenes, actually see what their training data are really like. And what I saw, it blew my mind. And I have been obsessed ever since. So the energy from the team it was just off the charts. There were people there with their babies because they're working around their families. Every person from every different walk of life. And then we had some lawyers, we had beauticians, we had financial people. There were people from every career base, all in the same room, all with the same aim. And all they were talking about was helping others. So the training sessions was about helping others or your own mental state if you were to get a pushback or if you were to working really hard here or putting yourself out on social media, say. So it's all about self-growth and helping others as well. So I thought, hang on, I can do this alongside my career that I love already. It's an extra income stream with no limitations. It's no like wait for somebody to leave before I can get the next job up. I can continue on my own health journey and I do it all while helping others. Simple. I was like, yes, and that's it. I've never looked back. So when I started to complete the training and I started listening to the information, which I'm about to share with you right now, I was just completely blown away even further. And I'm thinking, why are we not taught about this business models at school? it makes so much sense. Coming from a corporate world for 22 years, I was like, how is it that people aren't doing this everywhere? And then I realized that they're just not getting paid for doing it. So I was just annoyed at myself that I said no for so long. So the person who's asking me was like, I told you so. um, but I do believe there are more people out there like myself who do want more in their lives. And they might not realize that now is the time, or it could be the time if you want it to be. And there's going to be the people that maybe aren't prepared to do more to get that. But I believe there's more people out there that maybe believe that they can't get that, when actually that belief needs to be looked at and turned on its head, because it's completely possible. You've just not been shown the right way. So most things, if we wanted to start something new, most things you'd need more time or more money invested into something to make takes money to make money, you know that saying. And I get it, I do get it. But this business model, it doesn't take that much more time in your day, and it doesn't take that much investment either. It's literally like a business in a box. So it's literally me and my phone. That is it. So I started with my family and with my career, and I just started doing an hour a day, which an hour a day, you think, oh, I don't even have an hour a day. I'm running around doing my school clubs, got this, I've got that. I broke it up. There was 15 minutes here, 10 minutes here. But together I thought if I try and get about an hour in a day, I'm going to count that as a win. And one day it was training, listening to some training on a Zoom call or on a recording. Another day it was talking to somebody in a coffee shop or at that house, or I was texting somebody else about their business. Today, my work's making this video. Okay. So, but this is the reality. What we have is we've got so much to offer people. Sorry, I completely got lost on my notes there completely. So this is the reality of what this has to offer. That makes more sense. So it's flexible. You've got a great business that entwines with what you already do, and completely fits in what people want today. And it's a second income stream that you can grow into your main income stream. So obviously there's a lot of me talking. So I'm going to go onto the slides and kind of show you a little bit about the business. And let me see how I can share this screen. Okay. My screen. And that's it. There we go. Can we all see that? Okay. 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 So what is Arbonne? So as I thought it was, a happy, clappy, selling business. Well, it's actually a 45-year-old multi-level marketing business which sells Arbonne products now online. And as it says, see there in the slogan, it says a global force in sustainable, healthy living since 1980. So to put that in perspective, there's only 10 networking companies that have lasted longer than 10 years. And we are at 45 years, over 45 years already. And that's it, and that's it all. That's insane already. So it's based from healthy living inside and out, the mind, the body. So it's the whole package. So it was founded by a guy called Peter Mork in 1980. And this was before like clean vegan products were, like say, the buzzword well known. So this was like in the 80s. So plastic was fantastic. That's what they used to say, you know. And the companies, like especially cosmetic companies, they were using whatever shortcuts they could find to have bigger profit margins. So they were putting in their products lots of fillers and rubbish. So lots of chemicals that have absolutely not beneficial to us in any way. And see, nowadays, like 45 years on, that is just being kind of found out now, but Peter Mork knew this back then. So he was a high flyer in a company called Procter and Gamble, and he was actually raised by a single mum. He's Norwegian, but was living in Switzerland at the time when he started this company. And yeah, he was being brought up by a single mother, and he had his brothers and his sisters. And he hated seeing what was being put into all of these products. So I mean, he was regarded really high at what he did. So he knew the ins and outs of the processes, and he knew his own mother couldn't afford to get products that were healthy for her body, that weren't going to have these toxins in, that he already knew back then. Companies knew that they were potentially causing us lots of harm. So if you look at, I don't want to necessarily state lots of statistics, but we all know cancer was 1 in 3, it's now 1 in 2. We know that the health is starting to deteriorate in our countries and our world. We know something's up, and we are looking at, it's all kind of coming out what's in all of these products at the moment. So he knew this back then. And so he started up, he'd had enough, and he started up Arbonne. And he moved to California, USA, to make this company huge. So the concept was born, and it's botanically based skincare, higher ingredients, higher standard of ingredients. So Arbonne, fun fact, is actually the Swiss for tree. It's actually a town in Switzerland as well. But his philosophy was total wellness and total community. And that's what he wanted to build this business around. So to begin with, he was just doing cosmetics. That was his background. So it's not just kind of what's in our products that makes the products work. Say for me, when I was on nutrition beforehand, it's also what's not in our products that makes such a huge difference. So again, to kind of put it into perspective, so the USA, they ban under 100 ingredients. Compared to the EU, they ban over 1,000 ingredients. Arbonne ban over 2,000 ingredients in these products. So that basically means we do not let anything that might slightly cause harm come into the product. So we are gluten-free, vegan, halal, kosher. There's no artificial colorings, flavors, fragrances, or sweeteners. And most impressively, we are also a B Corp company. So we pride ourselves with high quality and effective ingredient policy. Okay, so it's all science-led. So he's very scientific. And he actually had another lead biologist come over and join him on the Arbonne project as well. So that's very much our background. Everything has got lots of clinical researchers there. We do blind testing. And like we said about this B Corp is a very prestigious award that you voluntarily ask for. So a company, basically a B Corp company, it's a company that have met really high standards of social and environmental performance, transparency, and accountability. Now, they are judged on 5 different things. So you've got governance, how they treat their workers, which is why we're all happy and clappy, obviously, because we're all really, really happy. How they treat their customers, how they treat the community, and their environment. So again, putting this in perspective, there's only 4% of companies worldwide that can claim they are B Corporation. They've been certified as B Corp. The minimum score is a score of 80 out of a possible 200. So again, can I give you some scale? If you've never heard of B Corp companies before, the average business will score about 50 points. So to apply for this, you already need to be in the elite of companies anyway to get that minimum of 80. So we're currently scoring 119.9. Now, we are also the biggest, so the largest B Corp company in our industry. So as you notice, if you've got a small company, it's easier to kind of control everything that happens in that company. And as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, that's where a lot of the challenges lie as well. But we are not only scoring 119.9 compared to the average company out there that's 50, we are also the largest company in our industry. And we were awarded this, my teeth back in, we were awarded this back in 2019 as well, which I think is huge. So that's 6 years ago. And like many people know, there's one thing getting it, it's another thing keeping it. So only 4% of companies that say they're B Corp, obviously a lot of them don't get it on the 2nd year or the 3rd year of applying to stay B Corp. And we're six years into keeping the certification as well. So, Patrick. So I'm going to explain kind of how Petamorph's vision kind of came a reality. So you can see on the slide here, it's clean, conscious, and connected. And that goes back to what his original vision was. It was all about what goes into his products and creating that community. So if we take, the nutrition range, so nutrition is one of our best sellers. So it started with just cosmetics. Now we have a much larger range. Skincare is still extremely huge. But Petamort designed the nutrition as like a kickstart and a reset for all areas of your body, so inside and out, mind and body. His dream was that total wellness, total community. So Arbonne uses the scientific research. It uses customized programs, so it's not one fits all. We are all completely different. And it's designed to give you daily targets. Their massive focus is on self-development, and that's with its workers, with its staff, as well as with its clients. So, for example, we have that many apps out there nowadays with health being such a big thing. And you can pay monthly subscription charges for these apps that help you count your calories, that give you recipes, or you might have an exercise app, you might have a meditation app, and they're all charging you monthly. And Petamore back then, he was still saying, like, we shouldn't have to pay for all this stuff. This should be basic human allowance that we kind of share kind of our knowledge and what we know. We should be able to all have access to products that are not going to be harmful for ourselves. If we want to go wash our hair, we should be able to get something that we can do safely. And that's his vision has been the backbone to everything Arbonne's done over the last 45 years. So all of our programs, they are designed right in the right way to support you. So not just short term, but long term. So for example, with our 30 Days to Healthy Living, so that's the one that I started on personally. It's our largest program we have, the 30-day one. So in there, you'll get your meal plans, your shopping lists, exercises, meditation, recipes. You'll get support groups on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on lots of different areas that you can kind of meet up with people. But you also get given like this app. So if you have any nutrition, let's say you just buy one box of Fit Stick, you can get this app from your independent consultant that has all of this on. So your 30 days to healthy living, your 30 days might be up, but we're never going to take this app away from you. You're going to have this for life. You're going to be able to have new recipes coming through, new exercises coming through. And the app's created by 2 British GPs, a mind health coach, a nutritionist, and a body fitness coach as well. And they just keep it moving every month. And the clients pay nothing for that. So if you are buying a product from us, you get access to that. Because Petamort was like, health is a journey. We do this through our lives, so it's not going to be paid for 30 days. Thank you very much. You must pay again. He's saying we need to support these people going forward. And that's what Arbonne's route really is about. So what do we have? What do Arbonne do? So we have 400 plus products. So we have a full range. We go from baby to the acne stage, adult stage, to the older adult stage. We have skin, hair, body, makeup, health and wellness. And we know that these products work, okay? I'm no scientist, but I know for me it worked. We have got that many results and clinical findings and testimonials. We know the products are fabulous. What we also give is, I think I've got on slide above. No, here we go. Is the 90-day money back guarantee. So if you are not completely satisfied, you will get your full money back. So Petamort designed it that he would rather you use that whole of that 30 days worth of products and say, didn't work for me, he'd give you the money back. If you have a whole face cream, say, he wants you to really try it before thinking, right, not sure, I must return it before my return date's up. He's like, no, have 3 months. 3 months, and if you're not happy, we'll give you your full money back. And that just kind of shows you how much confidence they've really got in their products as well as gaining all these different awards and making all these certifications. He's like, do you know what? We know we're good. It's great. But if not, you can have your money back. Okay, so I'm just going to move forward a bit on the notes. I've got a few examples, but I'm going to run out of time. Okay, so profit margins. So another one of our famous ranges is the baby range. It's called ABC range. So if you've got anybody with eczema, it's really good for that one. One of the products that we ban in all of our products, in all of our Arbonne products, is mineral oil. So this is actually a byproduct of petroleum. It's done through the distillation process. And basically, mineral oil is the molecules are too large to penetrate your skin. Now, if you think of the word petroleum, you can think straight away petroleum jelly. There's a lot of different products out there that will have a lot of these fillers in there because, like I said at the beginning part, they're looking at increasing their profit margins. The cheaper ingredients they can get to get into these products, the bigger profit margin they can create. So mineral oil is unfortunately, one of the most well-known ingredients out there that is used by many, many firms. And what it does is it acts like a cling film around your skin. So it's actually designed to be like a barrier. But obviously what our body needs is hydration. So one of the things we don't have in there is mineral oil. By not having it in there, what our skincare does is it actually manages to get right down and work inside to the base layer of the skin and helps to renew the cells from there. So inside out, which is what his first points were, helping from the inside out. So whether that is from mental clarity, whether that is from your gut health, or whether it's from the lower levels of skin, we're not trying to mask anything on top. We're not trying to rub something on top. We're trying to help and fix the actual problems. But he wants to do it without the cost. Okay, so he wanted everyday people like his mum to be able to afford the quality. But not only did he manage to achieve this, he managed to actually find a way to let them people make an income at the same time. And this is where the business side can come into Arbonne as well as the products. So I'm going to show you how you can earn money with this company. But first of all, I need you to understand this business structure compared to other business structures. So if you can see here, you've got traditional retail. I'm not sure if you can see my cursor or not. So we'll have a product and they're manufacturing it. And they're going to be putting in probably a lot of nasties, a lot of cheap fillers, a lot of rubbish to get it to the point where we're the consumer and we're going to buy it. So let's say you bought something for £20. They manufacture that product and then it goes to the wholesaler and it goes to the warehouse where it's going to sit on a shelf for 7 days. You know, there's going to be lots of chemicals put in there to make things longer lasting as well, as it might be in the warehouse on the shelf in the shop for 7 days. In the warehouse, it's going to be there for a lot longer. Because from the wholesaler to the warehouse, you've got all the advertising going on. You've got to get it to the retailers. You've got packaging costs, your staff costs. You've got electric. You've got rent. There's water. There's lots of bills in this area here. Now, you paid for your ingredients at the start when it goes to the manufacturer, but then you've got to pay for all these different elements that go through. And that all added together is what we end up paying at the end as a consumer. So your £20 product might be all right, but actually how much of that £20 is going towards the ingredients? And the answer is probably going to be not that much at all. So how much quality do you think is going to be in them ingredients, or how much cheap fillers do you think they're going to have used to try and just mask over? If you're then looking at, say, a £1.50 shower gel or some cheap soap, imagine if it's paid for all of this on top of it, how much of that £1.50, how much of them ingredients he actually put towards extra quality of ingredients? So Petamort realised that if he could cut out this middle part of the process, he could cut down that end cost of the product. So Petamort's vision was this network marketing. So we produced the product. The only advertising Arbonne take into consideration is word of mouth. They would never use paid advertising at all. It is then delivered straight from the manufacturer to the consumer. And that is that. We get commissions on sales. We'll get commission on our team sales that I can go through later. But it's all done with word of mouth. So that cuts out an awful lot of costs. So that meant that he could put more money into the ingredients at the start of this process and keep that cost down to yourself. So an average pot of skincare, say in Arbonne, which would be, say, £60. If we were to put it in the market and actually balance it, Arbonne's actually classed as an ultra product. So you'd probably be looking at like a good £600, £700 product, but the consumer's only paying £60 because they have missed out all of the costs of staff, of water, electrics, vans, petrol, warehouse costs, advertising costs. The list goes on. So he'd found his way. So how does it work? So we shop for products that we want to use or we think we will benefit from. So obviously you don't have to shop. You don't have to buy anything when you join Arbonne at all. It's not a rule. But obviously, if I've got a shop that I've just purchased, so you purchase your shop, say £70, you buy your website. I think got a website. I'm not going to go and buy shampoo with lots of rubbish in it from a supermarket and give our money to somebody else. I want to buy the shampoo from my own shop. So that kind of goes without saying. You try the products. Now, at this point, this is where team training is absolutely fantastic and getting to know your upline, so the person who brought you to the video today, to try and taste and feel all the different products that you can do. So you have some kind of experience. It doesn't mean you have to own every single Arbonne product. That is not the way you have to do things. But obviously, if you have tried a different flavour of Fizz-Stick, you can then say to somebody who says, oh, what does the cherry taste like? You've actually got an opinion on it. So you try the products. You then share the products. So what do you think? You tell people about the product, you tell people about the brand. And next you sell. So we help people buy from, you'll help people buy from your link, or they might want to start up their own business and you'll help them find their feet and how to do that too. And then, like I say, you earn your commission from your sales or overrides from your team sales. So when you've helped them build their client base and teams themselves as well. And this is how it grows. So imagine that is you. That's you, and you've got your mentor to help you. So the person who invited you to this call today or sent you this recording. First of all, you grow your client base. And then you go on to grow a team. And you do this by sharing the business as well as the products. So your only job is to keep sharing. And over time, people will see you and they will see your vision and they will come and join you. And then it's your job to teach them to do the same. Share, sell, earn. That is that simple. Share, sell, earn. Share, sell, earn. Over and over again, alongside doing whatever it is you're already doing in your world, whether you're a high-flying lawyer or whether you currently are searching for a job somewhere or you've never been employed before. You can do this alongside anything. The beauty of this business isn't the fact that you have to know absolutely everyone or sell to your gran or your next door neighbor. It's not about that. You tell one person and that person tells another person. And in the end, you end up with people being referred to you who you've never actually met. So along the way, somebody will ask about the business as well. So you just have to share with everybody and be open, take them along to trainings like my lady did to me. So I also get paid the time that I've not put into my business. And this is the other thing that really grasped me when I heard about this concept. So let's say 10 years ago, I've not been in the business 10 years, but let's say 10 years ago, I introduced somebody and they bought a face cream. Now, our products adopt a lot. So actually what you buy in a shop may last for a couple of months and the shelf life in it won't be as long once you're open to either. Our products obviously have got a lot more high ingredients in there and they do last for a lot longer. So they would not need to replace their face cream the following year. Maybe it's 8 months, maybe it's 6 months, but so next following year. So they now have bought 10 face creams from me, which I then earn commission on, but I only sold that one to begin with. Makes sense. So 10 years ago, I met somebody, I sold a face cream. But actually, over 10 years, I've still earned from that person, whether I've been sleeping in my bed, whether I've been at work, whether I've been playing with the kids. That's still going through my website. And I imagine if she had told some other people over them 10 years, she's shared my link with them. So actually, I've had 3 or 4 people order the same face cream every year going through my website. And all I did was introduce that first person to Arbonne. So in the end, you'll have hundreds, thousands of people who you don't even know in your business. And I say over time, your team will grow as well. And this is how Arbonne give you time leverage. So imagine you work 10 hours a week, right, on your Arbonne business. You probably work on that more than that if you're going to make it into a full-on career and you're looking at building a team, but you don't have to. Some people don't. So let's say you're working, because it's easy to work out, 10 hours a week, and you get paid for them 10 hours of work. But then let's say you've got a team of 10 people, they're all doing 10 hours each as well. So you can actually earn a percentage from training them. It's not from their business. Arbonne will pay you a percentage. They will pay you like as a reward for training them up in it, training your team members up in their business. So you'll be having 100 hours, 10 of your own. Say 9 more people make 100 hours, 10 people's 10 hours or 100 hours. You will be earning some money of 100 hours worth of work. But all I've worked is 10 hours. I've been playing with the children or going to my other job. And this is what we call is time leverage. And it's absolutely priceless. So there's a saying, which again stuck with me, and it's I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. It's not about working harder, is it? It's about working smarter. And this is why I'm so shocked this business model is not more well known or used in schools to teach people. Because when you have leverage, you never look back. So imagine you've got a CEO. So imagine you've got a CEO of 10 different factories. Okay, so he's got thousands of employees working for him, and everyone's working really hard. He's the one that gets rich because he's got all these workers working for him in his factory. This way, every one of them employees would have the same ability to make money as that first CEO who started the company. So it's a much more equal earning status. So somebody could be new to the business and they could do really well and they would earn a lot more than that first CEO who introduced them to the business. There's no limitations of what you can and can't earn. Everyone who starts, whether they are 16, never worked in their life, compared to, like I say, a full-time doctor, they're both on an even keel and they could earn the same. So that is Arbonne. So we look at the different kind of areas you can have. You've got the client, so somebody who comes to your shop and purchases from you. So that lady who buys that face cream once a year, say she'd be a client and she'll get that money back guarantee. Or you could be what we call a preferred client. So this is where it costs £10 for the whole year and you get 20% off, plus lots of other offers and lots of other goodies. It's a bit like a loyalty scheme thing that you'd have if you were to go to another supermarket or anywhere. So in here, you would get a lot more for that. So automatic ships to your door, free shipping if you're spending so much, free products with qualifying orders. And then we've got a more upgraded client called Replenish Me client, and that is somebody who gets shipments to their door. So as a preferred client, you can then go into this one as well if you'd like to. Then you've got the independent consultant, and that is myself. So that is somebody who shares the business as well as sells the product. So this is the person who's bought their own website, bought their own link, and is actively sharing that with other people. As a client, you would naturally share and say what you think about the products anyway. You just have that sell part. So it's buy, what's it? go back here, find that, here we are. So the shop, share, and that's where a client would finish. If you've bought your website for £70, quite often it is reduced as well. You would shop share, and then you would share your link and earn some money. So there are lots of different earning potentials that you can have within Arbonne. So you can have up to 35% on your commission sales, that's your personal sales and your personal shop, up to 18% on your override, so that's from your team. And there's 4 levels of success as well. Now, along these, you can have lots of different cash rewards. There are holiday rewards in there that you can earn. If you get to the 3rd level, which is regional vice president, you can actually have a cash bonus that can go towards a lease for a white Mercedes. So again, that's an optional one. You don't have to have the white Mercedes. It can go towards any kind of car. It's just that's the well-known one for Arbonne. And fun fact as well, Petter Mork first decided it was white Mercedes. It's now been open to anything because at the time it was the safest car to drive. So again, it goes back into what he's putting into his workers. He wanted his consultants going around. He wanted to be able to give them a nice car so they can go around and build their businesses more, but they wanted that protection as well. And that's where the white Mercedes first came from. So there's 4 levels of success as well, with lots of extra opportunity to earn more and to earn more traveling. So, I mean, I believe this business gives so many people more opportunity. It does that more than that. It gives them choices, okay? And choices get taken away from us all the time. So your rent, your mortgage, your job, your school fees, holidays, we're responsible for everything. And the business allows us to simply add something in. So whether it is financial or just being around like-minded people. So I'm going to stop sharing as well, because I've been on the slides for a while and it's quite boring. I'm going to do that. Okay. So, I mean, what would an extra £500 look like for you? I'm bending the computer, sorry, I'm jiggling a bit. So what would £500 look like for you if you had that extra a month, or £1,000, or £5,000, or £10,000 a month? So the average earning of our top level, so there's 4 levels in the company. So the top one, which is National Vice President, the average earning is the 6-figure mark. And then that's intense. You wouldn't get that in any other business structure very easily at all. And anybody can reach that point. Now, for typical earnings, please go to earnings@arbonne.com. But as a typical earning for you're looking at 6 figures. So I'm trying to build my business for a sense of security for me and my family. And I really just want to make a difference. But I also want to make a difference to my clients. So when I give them products that I put my name next to, tried and tested. This one works for me. I like it for this one. And it gives me more freedom. So when I get home at night, I want to be able to get to the point where I put my head on the pillow and I can say, all right. So if I was to not have anything else coming in for Arbonne, or if the roof was to cave in or something was to happen, I'm okay. I've got them savings in the bank and I've got a stream of income that's coming. So another really, there's so many different bonus structures that are in the company, which your person who sent this video can go through with you separately. But one of them, when you get to level 2, area manager, is your business will become willable. So this means your business is going to be doing the turnover it will do. Your clients will keep coming back. They are reusable products. So shampoo you'll run out of, skincare you'll run out of, protein shake you will run out of. And they'll hopefully come back to you because you're giving them that one-to-one service. They are trusting you and the products are fantastic. So that your business is going to keep making a turnover. So if the worst thing was to happen and I couldn't get out of bed in the morning because maybe I was slightly ill or maybe, I was in hospital in a coma, my business will still be turning over money. I don't need to be present. To grow and to get more clients, I'd keep sharing and I'd keep selling and keep sharing and selling and sharing and selling. But in essence, it will just keep turning over. So when I get to level 2, the business area manager, my business will become willable to my next generation. And that goes down to 6 generations. 6. So where else can you start a business for £70 or reduced if it's on offer? And not only have you got the potential to earn 6 figures, and it's what you put into it, it's what you're going to get out of it, just by trying a product and saying, actually, this is what I think. Do you want to try it? Give it a go. Don't like it, we'll give you your money back. And that can still get passed down as a business that's turning over to my children. So this opportunity is real, and I couldn't believe that I said no for so long. I said no for that long, and I was a fool. I wish I'd started it 10 years ago. So what would it mean to you? Would you put it towards clearing some debt? Would you try and afford a few different luxuries or pay off the rent, the mortgage? Or would it be, do I still want to work for that company? That company where I do feel like a little bit of a number, that anyone can be replaced situation. Would you want to get to a point when you can do Arbonne full time? Please do go back to whoever invited you to this business, whoever sent you this video or invited you here or invited you to speak with me live. Get some clarity around things that I've shared that don't make sense, because there will be lots of questions, I'm sure. I can't cover everything. And then make a decision based on what you truly want in your life. Don't think, can I do it? I don't know enough people. I don't like doing things online. Will I do well at it? Don't let fears get in your way. I let fears get in my way for 10 years of thinking, oh, it looks fantastic. I'm sure it's not as good as what it says in the tin. It's all on social media. Come and ask, come and see behind the scenes, because I promise you the person who sent you this video will be wanting you to come along to one of their trainings to see what it's really like, see what that community is that Pet and Morg really wanted to build. If you're looking at kind of what other people do in the business, for example, I wouldn't have been doing this on day one. So I'm a year and a half in of making this video. You wouldn't be expected to make this video even months into working for the company. You wouldn't have to make this video if you didn't want to. It's your business. You can make your own choices and do what you want to do. Doing Arbonne is simply that. You talk to other people about the company. You try, you share, you sell, you earn. You do what someone's doing for you now, you do that to somebody else. This business is about paying it forward. And it is just that simple. So thank you very much for joining me. I am absolutely so pleased I finally said yes to this business, and I hope you do too. You've got nothing to lose, but either way, all the best.